Come join me for a full body practice, a sequel to Amazing Trails Yoga, How to Lose Weight for Good, tips and suggestions. This is a calorie blast. We do 42 Sun Salutations or Surya Namaskar B variations. We alternate sides, and for every side that we start, we have a new asana, so it's really a lot of fun. It's a calorie blast. Every single Surya Namaskar blows away 13.9 calories. Times that by 42, and let's do the math. 583.8 calorie blast. It all depends on your size, how much you work, but about 583 calories. Let's go blast them away. We will start in Virasana, hero's pose, because after doing this you might feel a little bit heroic. You will put your seat down on the mat between your heels over the tops of your feet. You might want to use a block or two to bring the ground closer to you and sit on the block. And we'll begin with pranayama, the breath of life. How about a Darth Vader breath? So we will inhale through our nose. Exhale through your mouth like Darth Vader. Kind of scary. Inhale through your nose. Exhale like you're going to steam up a mirror. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale like Darth Vader. Inhale on your own. And exhale. Removing the block, we will extend our right leg out. And interlace your fingers, bring your palms forward. Inhale up. On the exhale, you will take your left hand to the outside of your right thigh and your right hand back behind you. You could tense your fingers, look over your right shoulder. Or to deepen the extension, you could take your right hand and maybe connect with your foot. I have a hold of my heel and I'm looking over my right shoulder. And you're breathing. Looking ahead, we will release whatever grips we have. Inhale with our hands on our knees. Exhale forward to your shin. Inhale. Exhale to your toes. Inhale. And you're dropping your third eye toward your shin. However low you could get, does not matter. We inhale. Exhale. Inhale our way up. And exhale your left foot forward as we bring our right foot around. You're coming to the top of your foot in a half hero's pose, half asana. Interlace your fingers and your palms come forward. Inhale your arms up. Exhale your right hand to the outside of your right thigh. As you bring your left arm around, you could tense your fingers to the back. Look over your left shoulder. And this is fine. Or you could bend your arm and maybe go for your right foot. I have a hold of my heel. Looking over your left shoulder and breathing. Nice spinal twist to get us ready. Looking forward, we will release whatever grip we have. Inhale your hands on your knees. Exhale as you walk a little closer to your shin. Inhale. Exhale as you walk closer to your toes. Inhale. Exhale your forehead, your third eye down toward your shin. And inhale. Exhale. Inhale your way up. And we'll fishtail our legs around right into tabletop. Our hands are directly under our shoulders. We could look through our thighs and not see our feet. And we inhale our shoulders back, our abs down to the mat, toward the mat, not all the way down to the mat, to the tops of our feet, the balls of our feet rather. Exhale now, the tops of our feet, we're bringing our shoulders up. Inhale into cow. Our udders are full. They're coming down toward the mat. They're very heavy, waiting to be milked. Exhale into cat, looking as big as we can, trying to frighten away that dog. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Coming to a flat back, we'll come to the balls of our feet, and we're sitting back into a toes pose. And I will face you so you can see what we're doing. In toes pose, take our fingertips and just touch the sides of our mats. Side to side, tick-tock, getting a little side bend in. Just getting ready for all these Sun Salutations, Surya Namaskar bees. Oh my goodness, 42 of them. Great calorie blast. We'll have a lot of fun. Do as many as you can. You could always pause it and rest. You could build your way up, do some, and then the next day maybe do a few more, whatever works for you. And we're coming back into tabletop, and we're straightening our legs into the downward facing dog. We inhale forward into plank. And now we're exhaling our seat to our heels and springing into plank on the inhale. Exhale, seat to heels. Inhale into plank. Exhale, seat to heels. And you could either walk your feet to your hands or you could jump up to your hands and a forward fold. From forward fold, we're coming up one vertebrae at a time right into Tadasana, mountain pose, and we will begin our series. We'll start out slow and pick up the pace as we go. And we're starting with a couple modifications. Inhale your arms up and your seat comes down into chair. From chair, make sure you can see your toes right past your knees. Exhale into Uttanasana, forward fold. With your hands on either sides of your feet, we're inhaling our right foot back and we are dropping our knee to the mat. You could always take a pillow, a blanket, you could roll up the mat, anything to have a little cushioning under your knee, whatever you need. And we will inhale our arms up into a low lunge. Exhale down and take our left foot to meet our right in downward dog. Inhale into plank and drop into knees, chest, chin. This is a 6-pointed asana. Your 2 hands, 2 feet, chest and chin. 6 parts of your body are connected to the mat. And you're inhaling up into tall cobra. Exhale to the Balls of our feet are on the mat, back to our heels in downward dog. From downward dog, we take a nice breath in and out. Look between your hands. Inhale your right foot up. Exhale your left foot up to meet it, forward fold. Inhale our arms up as we drop our seats and Tadasana. That was one. Coming down into number two and a forward fold. With hands on either side, you inhale your left foot back as you connect your knee to the mat. Inhale our arms up into a low lunge. Exhale our arms back down as we curl over our foot and our right foot comes to meet our left, downward dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale into high cobra. Exhale, seat to heels, downward dog. Breathe in and out. Look between your hands. Inhale your left foot up. Exhale your right foot up to meet it, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale your arms up as you drop your seat. And number two. Going for number three, inhale our arms up and we drop our seats. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale your right foot back and exhale your knee down to the mat. Inhale your right arm up. Exhale down. Inhale your left arm up. Exhale down. On the downward exhale, take your left foot back to meet your right, downward dog. We inhale into plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, high cobra, tall cobra, whatever you like to call it. Exhale, seat to heels, downward dog. We take a deep breath in and out. Look between your hands. Inhale your right foot up. Exhale your left foot up to meet it, forward fold. Inhale our arms up as our seat comes down and Tadasana. Going for number four. Inhale your arms up, your seat comes down. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale your left foot back and dropping our knee. We will inhale our right arm up. Exhale down. Inhale your left arm up. Exhale down. On the exhale, we take our right foot back to meet our left, downward dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale over the tops of our feet into high cobra. Exhale, seat to heels, downward dog. Take a deep breath in and out. Look between your hands. Inhale your left foot up. Exhale your right foot up to meet it, forward fold. Inhale your arms up and Tadasana. Coming into number five. We're switching it up now. Inhale your arms up, dropping your seat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your right foot back as you exhale your right knee down to the mat. Inhale your seat back. We're coming into a runner stretch. You could come down whatever length you like. And we're coming back into the lunge on the exhale. Bring your left foot back to meet your right. Inhale into plank. And now you could keep doing knees, chest, chin, or come down into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Your thighs are off the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Very nice. Take a nice breath in and out. Look between your hands. Inhale your right foot up. Exhale your left foot up to meet it. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale up into chair and exhale number six. On the inhale, your arms are up, your seat is down. Exhale into forward fold. Inhale your left foot back. Exhale your knee to the mat. Inhale your right arm up. Exhale down. Inhale your left arm up. Exhale down on the exhale. Bring your right foot back to meet your left, downward dog. Inhale into plank. And again, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or high cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and out. Look between your hands. We'll inhale our left foot up. Exhale your right foot up to meet it. Forward fold. Inhale your arms up and Tadasana. Number 7. Inhale your arms up as you drop your seat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your right foot back and you're exhaling your knee down to the mat. From this, you're bending your right leg back and you're connecting, you're reaching back. Very nice. Connecting, you could connect any way you want. Maybe you could grab your foot. And we're exhaling our hand back, our foot drops to the mat. Straighten your back leg as your left leg comes to meet it, downward dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and out. Looking between your hands. Inhale your right foot up. Exhale your left foot up to meet it, down, or not downward dog, forward fold. Inhale your arms up as you drop your seat. And Tadasana number 8. Inhale your arms up, dropping your seat. Exhale on the forward fold. Inhale your left foot back. Have your back knee meet the mat. Very nice. Now we're bending our left leg, looking back with our left arm. We will connect any way on your leg that you can. Look over your left shoulder and bring your hand back by your foot. Your leg straightens and you're bringing your right foot back to meet your left, downward dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. Look between your hands. Inhale your left foot up. Exhale your right foot up to meet it. Forward fold. Inhale your arms up. And Tadasana number 9. Oh my goodness. Inhale your arms up and drop in your seat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your right foot back and your knee meets the mat. Very nice. We're coming up. Take your hands off the mat. Place them in prayer. Take your right elbow to the outside of your right thigh. And you're coming into a prayer twist. A nice breath in prayer twist. And take both our hands on either side of our foot. We straighten our back leg. Our left leg comes to meet our right, downward dog. We inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Into upward dog or cobra. And over to downward facing dog. Take a breath in and out. Look between your hands. Inhale your right foot up. Exhale your left foot up to meet it. Forward fold. Inhale your arms up. And Tadasana number 10. Inhale your arms up as we drop your seats. Exhale into the forward fold. Inhale your left foot back. Exhale your knee to the mat. Now we're bringing our hands up into prayer. Take your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. We're coming into a prayer twist. This feels really nice. I like it, so we'll take a breath. And take your hands to either side of your right foot. Straighten your back leg and your right foot comes to meet your left, downward dog. We'll inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and out. Inhale your left foot up between your hands. Exhale your right foot up to meet it, forward fold. Inhale your arms up as you drop your seat, and Tadasana. Going for number 11. Inhale your arms up and drop in your seat. Exhale into a forward fold. Inhale your right foot back, very nice. We're coming into a Skandasana side lunge. So you are taking your left hand to the inside of your right leg, and we're coming to our heel. We're coming into Skandasana. Very nice. However way you can, if you're up here, it does not matter. And we bring our hands to either side of our foot, come back to the ball of our back leg. Our right comes to meet our left, downward dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. And exhale. Look between your hands. We'll inhale our right foot up. Exhale your left foot up to meet it, forward fold. Inhale your arms up as we drop our seat, and Tadasana number 12, a dozen. Arms up, seat down. Come into the forward fold. Inhale your left foot back, and we're coming into Skandasana on this side, so drop your heel, and you're turning towards your left. Maybe you could come into prayer, maybe you're up like this. Certainly doesn't matter. And we're coming back into the low lunge as you exhale your right foot back to meet your left, downward dog. We inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. Look between your hands. Inhale your left foot up. Exhale your right foot up to meet it. Forward fold. Inhale your arms up, dropping your seat, and Tadasana 13, baker's dozen, or lucky number 13. Inhale your arms up, your seat is down. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale your right foot back. We're going into a high lunge. Inhale your arms up, crescent, high lunge. Exhale down as your left foot comes to meet your right, downward dog. We inhale into plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Take a breath in and out. Looking between your hands, inhale your right foot up. Exhale your left foot up to meet your right, forward fold. Inhale your arms up, seat down, and Tadasana 14. Inhale your arms up, your seat comes down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your left foot back. And you bring your arms up into the high lunge, crescent. Exhale your arms down. Your right foot comes to meet your left, downward dog. We inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath. I'm removing this for now. We don't need support on our knees, I don't think. Inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath. Looking between your hands, inhale your left foot up. Exhale your right foot up to meet it, downward dog. Inhale into chair. Exhale Tadasana. Number 15. Number 15, inhale your arms up. I'm pushing it here. Exhale down. Inhale your right foot back. And we're coming into high lunge and an airplane lunge. Very nice high lunge. And exhale your hands on either side of your foot as you bring your left foot back to meet your right, downward dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale chaturanga. Inhale upward facing dog. Exhale downward facing dog. Take a breath in and out. Look between your hands. We'll inhale our right foot up. Exhale your left foot up to meet it. Forward fold. Inhale your arms up. Your seat is down. And exhale. Sweet 16. Inhale your arms up. Your seat is down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your left foot back. Bring your arms up into the high lunge. And exhale, airplane lunge. High lunge. And on the exhale, we'll put our hands on either side of our foot and bring our right foot back to meet our left, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale your left foot up. Exhale your right foot up to meet it, forward fold. Inhale, arms up, seat down, and Tadasana. Number 17. Inhale your arms up, your seat comes down. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale your right foot back and your arms are up in the high lunge. Exhale down into cactus. Your knee comes toward the mat, your elbows down. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, hands down, left foot to meet your right, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and out. Look between your hands. Inhale your right foot up. Exhale your left foot up to meet it. Forward fold. Inhale your arms up. Seat is down. And Tadasana. 18. Inhale your arms up. Your seat is down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your left foot back. And your arms come up into crescent. Exhale your elbows to the sides and your knee comes down to the mat and up. Take your hands to either side of your foot. Exhale your right foot back to meet your left, downward dog. We inhale into plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, whatever's good for you. Inhale, upward facing dog or high cobra. Over your feet, downward dog. Take a deep breath in and out. Look between your hands. We inhale our left foot up. Exhale your right foot up to meet your left, forward fold. Inhale, our arms are up, seat is down, and Tadasana. Going into number 19. Arms up, seat is down, and a forward fold. Inhale your right leg back. And now you take your hands to your knees. Place your hands together. We'll do a prayer twist in the high lunge. Take your right elbow to the outside of your left thigh and twist around into the prayer lunge. Inhale. Exhale your hands on either side of your foot as you bring your left foot back to meet your right, downward dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and out. Look between your hands. Inhale your right foot up. Exhale your left foot up to meet your right, Uttanasana. Inhale your arms up, your seat is down, and Tadasana. Number 20. Inhale your arms up, your seat is down. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale your left foot back, and your arms come up. Your hands, your palms are together in prayer. Take your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. We're in a prayer twist. We inhale and exhale your hands down, and your right leg comes to meet your left downward dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and out. Look between your hands. We inhale our left leg up. Exhale your right leg up to meet it, down our forward fold. Inhale up into chair and Tadasana. 21, almost halfway there after this one. Inhale your arms up, your seat is down. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale your right foot back, and we're bringing our arms up into high lunge. Your right hand, your right arm comes behind your left arm forward into a twist. Very, very nice. And we're spiraling our left arm down and around, back into the high crescent, high lunge. Our hands come down to our mat, and exhale your left foot back to meet your right downward dog. Inhale into high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Look between your hands. Inhale your right foot up. Exhale your left foot up to meet your right, forward fold. Inhale, arms up, seat is down, and Tadasana. We are halfway there, so we'll take a little drink break. So go get your drink, something healthy, maybe water, not too sugary. I only have water here. And take some drinks, take a nice breather, a breath. I'm burning a lot of calories. 13.9 per Surya Namaskar B, or per Sun Salutation, about that. If you're smaller like I am, maybe not so much. A bigger, heavier person burns more calories. A whole lot of fun. And we're meeting back into Tadasana. Take another nice little breath. Again, you can end here. We'll do the other side and come back, and the next day maybe do some more, or maybe you can do all of these with me. Inhale your arms up, your seat comes down. We're on number 22, and exhale into a forward fold. Inhale your left foot back, and your arms come up into the high lunge. Take your right arm forward, your left arm comes back into a twist. Very nice. And then we inhale, our right arm comes up, our left arm down and around to meet it. Exhale your hands on either side of your right foot as it comes back to meet your left downward dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Look between your hands. Inhale your left foot up. Exhale your right foot up to meet it, forward fold. Inhale your arms up, seat down, and Tadasana number 23. Inhale your arms up, seat down. Exhale into a forward fold. Inhale your right foot back. Exhale your heel down, the back heel down. With our fingertips on either side of our left foot, we're coming up into a warrior one. Virabhadrasana one. Our palms are facing each other. We're strong, we're steady. Inhale. Exhale your hands down to meet your foot. Your left foot comes back by your right, downward dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and out. Look between your hands. Inhale your right foot up. Exhale your left foot up to meet your right forward fold. Inhale, arms up, seat down, and Tadasana 24. Inhale your arms up, your seat is down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your left foot back. Exhale your left heel down to the mat. Inhale your arms up into warrior one. If your arms are tired, maybe you could clasp your hands together. We'll inhale, your hips are squared off toward the side of the mat. Exhale back with your hands on either side of your right foot as you bring your right to meet your left, downward dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and out. Look between our hands. We'll inhale our left foot up. Exhale your right foot up to meet it. Downward, our Uttanasana, forward fold. Dropping our seat, inhaling our arms up, and Tadasana coming into number 25, a quarter of a century. Inhale your arms up, your seat is down. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale your right leg back, exhale your heel down. Inhale, coming up into warrior one. You're keeping your left arm straight ahead, 90-degree angle as we bring our right arm around behind us. Our palms are down, warrior two. We'll just enjoy warrior two for a moment. Maybe you could look back over your right hand, make sure you're in good alignment. Back to the center. Take a nice inhale. And exhale your right arm up and around as we come down to the mat, and your left foot comes to meet your right, downward dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look between your hands. Inhale your right foot up. Exhale your left foot up to meet your right, forward fold. Inhale, arms up, seat down, and Tadasana 26. Inhale your arms up, your seat is down. Exhale into a forward fold. Inhale your left foot back. Exhale your left heel down. You're inhaling your arms up. Your right arm stays at 90 degrees as your left arm comes around into warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Your hips automatically shift to the left. Look over your left hand. Make sure you're in a good alignment. Over to your right. Enjoy the strong warrior pose. Inhale. And exhale your right arm down as your left arm spirals around and your right foot comes to meet your left, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and out. Look between your hands. Inhale your left foot up. Exhale your right foot up to meet your left, downward dog. Or I keep saying downward dog. forward fold. Inhaling your arms up, your seat is down, and Tadasana. 27. Inhale your arms up, your seat is down, and a forward fold. Inhale your right foot back. Exhale your right heel down. We're coming up into Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 2, and taking our right hand, our palms are facing down, taking our right hand back toward our leg. We take our right hand and we're drawing it up toward the ceiling, looking at our palm. Peaceful warrior. Inhale. And exhale, dropping your left arm, your right arm spirals around, come to the ball of your back foot. As your left comes to meet your right, downward dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and out. Look between your hands. Inhale your right foot up. Exhale your left foot up to meet your right, forward fold. Inhale your arms up, your seat is down, and Tadasana. 28. Inhale your arms up, your seat is down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your left foot back, and exhale your heel down. Inhale, coming up into Warrior 1, slicing open into Warrior 2. Take your right palm up toward the ceiling as we drop our left palm toward our back leg. Your right arm comes up, peaceful warrior. Enjoy the beauty of it. Inhale. And exhale, coming down and around as your right foot comes to meet your left, downward dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look between your hands. Inhale your left foot up. And exhale your right foot up to meet it, Uttanasana. Inhale your arms up, seat down, and Tadasana. 29. Inhale your arms up, your seat is down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your right foot back. Exhale your right heel down. Inhale, coming up into Warrior 1. Slicing open into Warrior 2 on the exhale. Inhale your hands together behind you. You can interlace your hands, and this is a good enough pose. This is perfect. Or you could square off your shoulders toward the side of the mat, toward your left foot. You could lean forward, your left shoulder coming to the inside of your left thigh. This is great here. Or you could drop the crown of your head toward the mat as you pick up your arms toward the ceiling above your head. Humble warrior. Very, very humble. Inhale. On the exhale, we'll disconnect our fingers and our hands come to either side of our left foot as we come to the ball of our right. Bring our left foot back to meet your right, downward dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. Look between your hands. We'll inhale our right foot up. Exhale your left foot up to meet it, forward fold. Inhale, arms up, seat down into Utkatasana, which sounds a lot like Uttanasana. That's why I've only been saying chair. Inhale your arms up, seat is down, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale your left foot back. We have a lot to do with humble warrior. Exhale your left heel down. We'll inhale up into warrior one, slicing open into warrior two. Take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, straighten your arms. This is perfect how it is. Or you could square off your hips, your shoulders toward the side of the mat. This is good also. Or you could lean forward with your right shoulder to the inside of your right thigh. Extend your arms. Maybe you might want to drop the crown of your head toward the mat as you straighten your arms up higher toward the ceiling. Maybe a little more over your head. The humble warrior. Take a deep inhale. Exhale as you interlace your fingers and bring them to the sides of your right foot. Come over the ball of your left, and your right comes to meet your left, downward dog. We inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look between your hands. Inhale your left foot up. Exhale your right foot up to meet it. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale up into Utkatasana, chair. And Tadasana. Number 31. Inhale our arms up. Our seat is down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your right foot back. From this, we're going to bring our right foot a little bit closer, and you're dropping your right heel as you straighten your left leg. You could always have blocks. Utilize the blocks to bring the ground closer to you, whatever size you want, even higher. No one's looking. We're all on YouTube. No audience, no pressure. Do whatever works for you. Very nice. This is pyramid. Inhale. On the exhale, we'll bend our left leg a bit to bring it back to meet our right. Maybe you want to step your right foot back a bit into downward facing dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. Look between your hands. Inhale your right foot up. Exhale your left foot up to meet your right, forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana and Tadasana. 32. Inhale your arms up, your seat is down. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale your left foot back. Now again, you might want to bring your left foot about 6 inches closer. You're dropping your heel as you straighten your right leg. Your hips are squared to the side of the mat. You could utilize the blocks if you like. Whatever works for you. We're coming into a pyramid. Maybe you could drop your third eye toward your shin. Inhale. On the exhale, we're bending our right leg and bringing our right foot back to meet your left. Maybe you want to take your left foot a little further back into the downward dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. Look between your hands. Inhale your left foot up. Exhale your right foot up to meet it. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, arms up, seat down, and Tadasana. 33. Inhale your arms up, your seat is down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your right foot back. Exhale your heel down, your right heel down. You might want to bring a block close to you. We could put our elbow on our knee. We're doing side angle, or you could put your hand on a block, whatever height works for you, or elbow on your knee or down on the mat. Inhale your right arm up. Exhale over your right ear, extended side angle, your palm is down. We'll enjoy this pose. We'll inhale and exhale our hands to either side of our foot. Come over the ball of our foot. Our left foot comes to meet our right downward dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. Look between your hands. Inhale your right foot up. Exhale your left foot up to meet it. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale into chair, Utkatasana, and Tadasana. 34. Inhale your arms up, your seat is down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your left foot back. Exhale your left heel down. Now again, you could take your right elbow to your right knee, or you could use a block if you prefer, or maybe your right hand to the mat. Inhale your right arm up, looking at your thumb. Palm facing the mat. We're exhaling our hand over our left ear, extended side angle. Inhale. On the exhale, we'll bring our hands on either side of our foot, come to the ball of our left foot. Our right comes to meet our left, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look between your hands. Inhale your right foot up. Exhale your left foot up to meet your right, forward fold. Bending at the knees, we'll inhale our arms up and Tadasana. 35. Inhale your arms up, your seat is down. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale your right foot back. Exhale your right heel down. Very nice. We are coming up into the side angle like we did. So put your left elbow on your knee. Bring your right arm up. You could look at your thumb. Or again, you can have a block, which I do suggest in this case. I can have my hand on the mat, but you could use a block. You're looking up at your thumb and you're straightening your left leg. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Your hand can be on your shin, on a block, on the mat in front, on the block, on the mat behind, looking over your thumb. I love this pose. Take a nice inhale. On the exhale, you're bending your left leg. Your hand comes to either side of our foot as we bring our left foot back to meet our right downward dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look between your hands. Inhale your right foot up. Exhale your left foot up to meet it. Uttanasana. Inhale your arms up. Seat down. Utkatasana. And Tadasana. 36. Inhale your arms up. Your seat comes down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your left foot back. Exhale your left heel down. Now we can put our elbow on our knee or on a block or on the mat. And we're inhaling our left arm up into the side angle and straightening our right leg. It always becomes Trikonasana, triangle, automatically. And enjoy Judy's favorite pose. Take a nice inhale. Exhale your left arm down. Put your hands on either side of your right foot, and your right foot comes back to meet your left downward dog. Inhale into plank. Getting a little silly here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look between your hands. Inhale your left foot up. Exhale your right foot up to meet your left. Forward fold. Inhale, seat down, arms up, and Tadasana. 37. Inhale your arms up, your seat comes down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your right leg back. Now we're coming into a little tougher, and then we're going to stretch it out on some of our Sun Salutations. As you will see, your left arm is bent. You are bending it maybe a little bit more. We're bringing our right leg up off the ground. We're coming into an airplane lunge, or an airplane rather, and then we're lunging it back. Very nice. Inhale from airplane lunge. Exhale your hands on either side of your left foot as you bring your left foot back to meet your right. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look between your hands. Inhale your right foot up. Exhale your left foot up to meet your right, forward fold. Inhale, arms up, seat down, Utkatasana and Tadasana. 38. Inhale your arms up, your seat is down. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale your left foot back. Very nice. We're going into the airplane. So our arms will come back and our chest forward. We're in an airplane. However high you could lift your back leg is fine. And inhale. Exhale back into the airplane lunge. Inhale. Exhale your hands down and your right foot comes to meet your left downward dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale chaturanga. Inhale upward facing dog. Exhale downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look between your hands. Inhale your left foot up. Exhale your right foot up to meet your left, Uttanasana. Inhale, arms up, seat down, and Tadasana. 39. Inhale your arms up, your seat is down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your right leg back. We're coming into lizard, going to start stretching it out a bit. So take your left hand to the big toe side of your left foot. You could stay just like this. You could drop your right knee. You could use a blanket if you like, or whatever cushioning. Come to the top of your foot. This is great right here, lizard. Or you could take blocks and put your forearms on the blocks at any height that suits you. Or you could come all the way down, and we'll take some deep breaths in lizard. Coming to a closing. And keep breathing. And breathe into lizard. You really earned this. Take a nice inhale. On the exhale, take your left hand to the pinky toe side of your left foot. We'll come over the ball of our back leg, and our left will meet our right, downward dog. We inhale into plank, exhale chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. Look between your hands. Inhale your right foot up. Exhale your left foot up to meet your right, forward fold. Inhale, arms up, seat down. How many of these have we done? Those are squats, actually. And inhale your arms up. Your seat is down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your left foot back. We're coming into lizard. Take your right hand to the big toe side of your right foot. You could stay just like this. You could drop your left knee to the mat, come to the top of your left foot. You could use cushioning on your knee if you like. Put your forearms down on the mat, on the blocks at any height that you like. Any height. Maybe you can come all the way down. And we're breathing. And all those utkatasana that we did, all those chairs, those are like squats. So if I do the math correctly, we did 42 sun salutations. And there are 2 squats in each of them. So that would be 84 squats. That's a lot. Breathe in as you absorb that. Just be proud of yourself. On the exhale, come over the top of your foot to the ball of your foot. Your right hand comes to the pinky toe side of your foot. Bring your right foot back to meet your left, downward dog. Inhale and exhale. Look between your hands. We'll inhale our left foot up. Exhale your right foot up to meet it, forward fold. Inhale into our squat. And exhale, Tadasana. 41. Inhale your arms up and you're dropping your seat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your right foot back. And from this position, we're placing our right knee on the mat, coming over the top of your foot. You could use the cushioning. And your heel toeing your left foot over to the right side of the mat. And we're coming down, we're dropping the side of our left leg down to the mat. You could always sit on a cushion to bring the ground closer to you, whatever works for you, or sit on a block rather. We're coming into pigeon. We're in woke pigeon. And you could relax. Maybe you could put your forearms on the blocks or come down to the mat. Whatever you like, and you could rest. Maybe drop your third eye to the mat. And we're breathing. And just think of all the push-ups we did too. When you come into plank and then the chaturanga into upward dog, those are just like push-ups. Or if we're coming into plank and you're doing the knees, chest, chin, coming up into cobra, same thing, push-up. So I would say we did 42 push-ups, 84 squats. Oh my goodness. You can extend your arms out, whatever's good for you. Inhale. On the exhale, we take our palms under our shoulders, pick our hips up, and bring your left leg to meet your right, downward dog. Take a breath in and out. Look between your hands. Inhale your right foot up. Exhale your left foot up to meet your right. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, arms up, seat down, and Tadasana. Number 42. Inhale your arms up, your seat is down, and a forward fold. Inhale your left foot back, and we're having our left knee meet the mat, come over the top of your foot. Again, you could use cushioning on your knees. And we are heel toeing our right foot over to the left as we drop the side of our right leg toward the mat. You could use a block under your hips, whatever works for you. Everybody is different. And we're coming down. This is a woke pigeon. And we could come into the sleeping pigeon on our forearms, maybe on the blocks, however way you like. Maybe extend our arms and take our third eye down to the mat. Really resting. We really worked hard. I am so proud of you. Blasting away those calories. We're inhaling. On the exhale, we're bringing our palms under our shoulders and go over to the ball of your left foot as we bring our right foot back to meet our left downward dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look between your hands. Inhale your left foot up. Exhale your right foot up to meet your left. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale your seat down, your arms up. And Tadasana, that was 42. Yay, we blasted away. How many calories was that? 13.9 per asana, per Surya Namaskar B. Times 42 was at 583.8. I'm pretty sure. Looking toward the side of our mat, we're coming into one final Utkatasana chair, and we're coming down onto our seats. Very nice. We're going to stretch it out a bit into a full hero, or whatever we can do. So we could take a block. You could sit on the block. The tops of your feet are down. You could sit on the block if you like. If you don't need a block, now your legs are very warmed up. You could sit right between your hands. But have your blocks handy as we could bring them behind us. Place our forearms on the blocks at any height. We're extending it a little bit more. Any height, if you could come all the way down, that's great. And we'll be here for a few moments. If you could come even farther down onto your back, that is lovely too. We're breathing in and out. In and out. We might feel a little bit heroic after doing all of that. Anytime you want to burn some calories, just come to this video. Make sure you subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you like us. And we can take both knees up toward the mat, or toward the sky rather. Your soles of your feet are on the mat. Cross your right knee over your left so it looks like a figure 4. Take your right arm through the space, interlace your fingers over your shin. And we did a sleeping pigeon. We're doing this reclined pigeon, pulling your shin closer to you. Should feel really nice. With your right leg over your left, we could maybe wrap our legs around each other. as far as you can. Extend your arms out to a T. Bring your hips a little over to the right, just a smidgen, as you drop your knees over to the left. This wood stove might be in my way a little bit. Look over your right shoulder, nice spinal twist. You certainly deserve this. And you're looking up to the ceiling. We're drawing our knees back up. Our right foot, the sole of our foot, comes to the mat as we cross our left leg over our right. Looks like a figure 4. Take your left arm through the space. Your right arm comes around. You could interlace your fingers above your shin. Draw your knee closer to you, your right knee closer to your chest. Reclined pigeon. Now we're going to take our arms out and our left leg keeps coming around so that we could intertwine our legs. Our arms come out to a T. Take your hips a smidgen over to the left as we drop our knees over to the right and look over your left shoulder. If you need a block, that's perfectly fine to put right under your knees. And look over your left shoulder. Look up to the ceiling. We're bringing our knees back up toward our chest. Unwrapping our legs. We'll straighten our legs. Our arms come up toward the ceiling too. We can just give ourselves a little shake and celebration. We blasted a lot of calories. Had a lot of fun. And we'll slowly place our hands up toward the sky. Our feet are coming down. Going to end in Shavasana, down to the mat. Let your feet splay open to the sides of your mat. Your palms are faced up toward the ceiling. And we're resting. You could stay in Shavasana as long as you like. Let your body absorb all it has done. There are so many ways to blast those calories. If you haven't done so, go to Amazing Trails Yoga Lose Weight for Good Tips and Suggestions. There's a part 1 and a part 2. We flow through yoga. As I give some hints and suggestions, you take what you like, leave the rest there, whatever works for you, what you might like to try. You could comment, let me hear how it worked out for you. Or just do this. It's a great cardiovascular workout, as well as a strength training and flexibility, everything, the whole 9 yards. Full body workout. Wiggling our fingers, wiggling our toes, making wrist and ankle circles. Draw your knees up to your chest. Give yourselves a nice hug. You really deserve it. And rolling to either side of the mat, we'll make our way up into Sukhasana, cross-legged position. Our hands are together in prayer. And thank you so much for joining Amazing Trails Yoga here for the Calorie Blast. Come see us again, subscribe, like us, because we love you. And have a beautiful, beautiful day. Namaste.